Let me get everything turned around here. I'm having to use my ring light today because my other lights are not coming on for whatever reason. They're just those kind of digital lights that you have to touch them just the right way or they're just real finicky. Anyway, let's start with the flowers, and then I'm going to show you some gorgeous 49 in Market that's featured in our kit this month. But anyway, we got 3 packages of flowers again this month, and you know, I love getting flowers, especially for spring and summer type layouts and Christmas as well. But anyway, we've got some that we had last month. We've got the taffy from 49 in Market, the Nature's Bounty style, and so we've got different sizes, which is always good that way. If you're looking for small, medium, large, you've got a variety to choose from there. And those are the taffy. And this is the cream. I really like the cream in particular because that way you can alter it with color if you want a different color from how it comes. And also I might point out that these come with some nice greenery in the background as well. This is also the Nature's Bounty. This other package is from Little Birdie, and they're really cute. Some of those little butterflies that we have seen before, but it's been a while since I've had any. And then these are the more medium size flowers. I really like this circumference a lot, but we've got a variety of colors and a variety of stamen type, you know, centers. So something to choose from as far as that goes. So it's a really nice size, plus the little butterflies are a bonus. Also in our kit this month is going to be a couple of small doilies. There is some doilies in the pattern paper, so I'm trying to count how many there are. I think there's at least 2 here, maybe 3, but we'll say 2 just to be sure. So they're probably like a 3-inch or so, 4-inch doily, but that's really nice, and that will coordinate with the papers really well. We also have a stencil from Little Birdie, and this is kind of like a, I don't know, maybe a 4x4. Yeah, it's exactly 4x4. And this one is called Charming Bloom. And so those will be great to, you know, add some dimension and depth to our pages. And then we have the ephemera pack. Our collection this month is from the Garden collection from 49 in Market. And Michelle Coleman is the graphic designer for this one. So it's got lots of wonderful pieces. There's 99 pieces in here. So at the end, I will lay these all out for you. But just to kind of give you a heads up, you know, there's little sheds, there's window frames, there's, you know, rain boots, fencing, stools, lots of fun things that you would think of as far as, you know, like outdoor gardening or flower potting, you know, that kind of thing. So shrubbery, even a little like weather clock, I suppose that would be over there. So lots of fun pieces in there to choose from. And then also we got the laser cut wildflowers, and I haven't opened these for you yet, so let me do that real quick. These are just beautiful and so fun to work with. So on the back of the cover page, we do have some extras that you can cut out and use on your projects. So arrows and birdhouses, and this little guy is a great little filler piece, I think. And I love how that little shack is right there. All right, so here is one of the pages. We've got lattice work on each of them, but we've got florals and buckets and birds and bees, little sacks of flowers, flowers wrapped to go. We have bulbs. So just about everything you can think of in terms of a variety of style or presentations, if you will. There's some in a little teapot, and then just some single flowers, you know, some with stems, some, you know, just with the heads, and also the bumblebees and butterflowers on that one. And then this one has kind of the same thing, but we've got the lattice up here, and then we've got some birds and bumblebees and more flowers, and these are more on stems, but a variety of types of flowers, some greenery, which is always such a nice element, and colors. I really gravitate to the yellow in this kit. And then I really like this style of flower right here myself, and a little bumblebee and lattice. So this, between the laser cuts and the ephemera pack, there's lots to use on your projects. So I'm just going to kind of go in order of how they came in my kit. So this one is called Untamed, and it just has, you know, a striped blue border around the edge and some florals in each corner, upper right and lower left, and some little faux stitching. And I love the depth and the dimension that's created with the watermarking and the, you know, print in the background, you know, digitally done, and it just really makes beautiful finished product. And then this is one of my favorites from the kit, is this with the large circles on it. That reminds me of one that Vicki Booten did last year for Flower Emporium, I think. But it was really nice to work on, and this one will be too. This one's a little bit more distressed, and so I kind of like that about it. And this one is called Wildflower, so this is definitely kind of framed in, if you will, with little bitsy flowers. There's musical notes down here and tickets. Here's one of the little doilies that I was talking about that's already on the design. So then the center section is really already ready for you to go ahead and, you know, put your multiple photos or whatever you're going to put there. And you don't have to, you know, gesso it yourself or anything if you're going to, you know, try to white out some print that you don't want to show. I really like this side too. This is like a floral on a creamy and white floral, and it's hard to tell what the flower is. Well, there's some various flowers, but kind of peony looking type of flowers and others. But this is a really good base, you know, for creating or just even as a layer. This one I think is my favorite paper of the collection, and it's called Foxglove. And I really, really love the central design right here. With the florals running up, and they're, you know, various shades of pink, and the little butterfly. It just creates a beautiful scene. And so, you know, you can put your photo here, or you could tear your paper and move this over, whatever you'd like to do. It's just a really pretty page. On the back is a floral design that's on a kind of a light green or gray background. These are ones that you could probably fussy cut if you wanted to. The leaf part is kind of intricate, but you know, you could find a way to get that done if you felt like you needed more florals, you know, or you can just use this as your layer. And I haven't been mentioning the barcode strips, but they're really pretty. This one's like a pink and white, so they're always fun to use too. But anyway, Foxglove is a big fave for me. And then this one is called Rose Water. And again, you can see a doily in the corner, and we have some lace up top. And then this looks almost like, you know, the skip trowel kind of wall done right there. But it really looks like it's imprinted into the paper, and it just looks real, and you expect to feel the texture, but you don't. That's just an aside. But, you know, over here we have this little cluster of tickets and butterflies, excuse me, and some stitching. Okay, I'm back, I think. I had to cough really bad, and there's still a tickle in my throat. Anyway, this is the back side of Rose Water, and this has like a vertical element of interest right here, with this being kind of a yellow or gold tone floral, and this being more of just a cream print with newspaper and stains on it as well. So I really like that. You could really just go any way with that particular paper, but that one is so shabby chic. This one here is called Queen Anne, and it's kind of, you know, the graphic style or collage style, you know, that's so popular right now. You can fussy cut these things out, or you can just use this as your background, or you can cut it and use it, you know, just as part of your page. It's got, you know, little postage stamp style pieces, little library cards, and another little doily back here. And so I think this one's really pretty. It's got a lot of green and pink and tan in it. So lots of different ways to use that. And then the back is very foundational. It's just a cream polka dot. I really like it. It's very nice. And you could use this one, and then you could do all kinds of mixed media on it and, you know, make it your own or layer it in. If for some reason you didn't like that side, you can always use this too to, you know, be your photo mats or whatever. So both sides are great. That's a tough decision on that one. This one here is called Sweet Pea, and I really like this, and it's got a strong vertical element on the left with, you know, several different columns there of things that we've already seen. And then over here is just, again, a central area that's blank, or more blank, because there is some little distressing there. But then it's bordered by this really pretty floral design on the right and upper and lower. It's a really pretty piece of paper. I can see it even as, you know, a wedding page or something like that. It's really pretty. On the back, I just love, love, love this one. This, for some reason, the vertical stripes in this collection really get my heart. I really love that pink stripe, and it's just very girly girl. So go for it if you want to, ladies. All right, this one is called Seed and Soil, and it's a beautiful piece of paper. It's just got like greenery all the way around with a little bit of white florals, and of course dates and that kind of thing, text and stuff. But then you have this big central area that's probably almost 11 by 11, 10 and a half for sure, where you can just pretty much do whatever you want to. You can do your mixed media, you could do multiple photos and some kind of design at the top. It's just got lots of ways that you can go. And on the back of that is, you know, a light green with floral background that's really pretty. And again, it's one of those fundamental type pages that you can use just any kind of way. You could use this as your background paper or as a layer. So for this kit, I see lots of paper tearing, lots of layering, and that kind of thing going on. And then this is the back side of the cover, I believe. Yeah. It's the blue stripe, and it's a little more distressed than the pink one is, but I really love, 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 love this pink diagonal stripe paper. I really like the pink one as well. Oh, I forgot to show you the name. This one's called, oh, it's just called Collection Pack. It's the bonus page. And on the other side, of course, if you were wanting to use it, you know, there's a big floral garden right here. There's a square showing the bonus page, and then a collection of all the different papers in the kit. And so this is a nice way to look at them and decide maybe what you think you want to use for your projects this month. So very pretty. And then this one is called Pressed Leaf, and it's got just a bluish design, and then it's just got like a book, open book cover, not cover, but inside cover with a little library card right there, and there's a little doily showing through. So the doilies are very appropriate. And then on the back side is more of a yellow with white polka dots with a little bit of a blue smeared in. I don't know how they do all that graphic work. I'm not a graphic designer, so anyway, that's beautiful. So there's lots of pretty pastel colors in this collection. So let's stop a moment. I'll pause the camera and I'll get the die cuts all set up for you. Okay, I'm back. And there's a lot of it. 99 pieces, guys. When you hate to be the person responsible for counting every piece and making sure you get it right. Anyway, I've kind of put things by category a little bit and had to layer. But we have a couple of fencing pieces here that you can, put across the bottom of your page, or, use them singly. This little sign, I love, that says garden, has a little hanger on it. We've got 3 of these little plant sacks or grain sacks that have different sayings on them. We have a couple of these little stools, kneeling stools or whatever, that are in different sizes. This one's a little larger than that one, but those are really nice that you could set around, and you could put your pot on it, and put your flowers in there, that kind of thing. There's this little box here that I think is supposed to be like a little bird house, but it makes a nice little accent piece. There's a couple of shrubs to kind of, anchor your page if you want to. And I'm just gonna lay that right there. And then there's 2 bird houses. There's this little, I thought there was 2 of these, like galvanized tub that would be really good for putting a bunch of your laser cut florals in and making a little scene with that. And then there's 3 of these little clay pots down here. There's a couple of different kinds of chairs, this wicker chair, and then just more of a straight back chair. And then a watering pitcher, a little plant stake, and then up here we have a whole bunch of tags and that kind of thing. So that one's square. This one has a pack of books. That one just has a nice design on it. This one, it says grow, and then there's room to write, the name of the flower or your date or whatever. And then again, this one's one of my favorite. It's just a pretty little couple of pink cone flowers, and it's just really my vibe. I really like that one. I was afraid I was going to lose these rain boots on this black paper, so I separated them out. But there's your little boots for going gardening. And then this right here is just a cluster of little phrases or word sayings, butterflies that you can put around your page. And then you could probably do something in the background and make it like a lattice or something. And so these some different sizes. I like using these behind my photos, but there's lots of ways to use them. Just as part of your design or as an element, like a foundational element to build on and put your other items on so they don't travel away. I really like this one with the pink polka dots and then the blue tickets down here. And this one and that one. So on the other side, we have lots of title and subtitles here. This big one that says memories grow like wildflowers. And then I tried to kind of cluster together all the ones that were kind of in tag fashion that had the little fish tail, but it's kind of hard to do. So there's lots of little pieces with titles and the fishtail endings, ends on them. In various sizes. That's a double one. Time well spent. So we have wide ones, we have small ones. So quite a variety of those. So just whatever you think your project needs, it's probably in here. Here's one of the little subtitles that I like to get over here. So we've just got little word phrases to use across your pages. And then some of these are blank, where you can put in names or dates, to document what you were doing in your photographs. And then over here we have a little sign that says weeds for sale, pick your own. And then grow with grace. And then this is a little gauge of some kind, probably, I don't know. I'm not even going to guess what kind of gauge it is, but something for our gardens. And then there's some little bitty circular pieces that have butterflies, flowers, and that looks like a bumblebee on it. And then this little more tab type, I just kind of put it in there with that one. And then we have another watering can. This one looks more like one you would use in the house, but That's your watering can for outside. There's 2 different sheds. So this one says Find Me in the Garden, and this one says She Shed. It's really cute. It's blue and has all the flowers in there, and it's adorable. I love it. And then there's a couple of different windows where you can punch out all the little window panes, you know, and then put your photo behind or whatever you want to do. So those are nice, and they're about the same size. And then we have 1 frame, or 2 frames actually, this larger one, and then there's a couple more pots. I'll put those right there. And then this secondary frame right there. And then we have an apron with the little gardening tools. There's another one of those little circles. And that's a really nice apron, isn't it? And then this one has more gauges on it. So, you know, we can say it's the wind velocity or the humidity or whatever, that kind of thing. So there is a lot right here. And then you add to this almost 100 pieces, all the pieces in the laser cuts. And that is, I'm just curious. It says 4 sheets, 120 pieces. So there's 120 pieces of, you know, ephemera here in these laser cuts. And I'm not sure if that includes the cutouts or the non-cutouts or not. But anyway, there is a lot to use, and then all the beautiful papers. So I will add the sketch photo here at the end, and I can't wait to see what everybody creates this month. I'm loving this collection already, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun, and I think it's very versatile. Whoops, I got that one upside down. I got to turn it right side up. So anyway, thanks you for coming by and supporting my channel, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.